Welcome guys to another video of geometry. And so today we're going to be looking at three trigonometric ratios, okay? So don't be scared because all these things are right here. These three things, they're just names for ratios. And remember, ratios are just fractions, okay? So we have three fractions and we call them sine of theta, this symbol here that you see. It's called theta, okay? And all it is, it's an angle. It's the measure of an angle, okay? So theta is the measure of an angle. Very simple, okay? So an example of theta could be 65 degrees, 70 degrees, etc., okay? And so we see it right here, okay? So sine of theta, all it is, it's the ratio that's opposite over hypotenuse. So, for example, when looking at triangle ABC, we notice that sine of theta, well, theta in this case is angle C. So if we're looking at our triangle ABC, we say, well, sine of C, in this case, theta is C, right, is going to be opposite over hypotenuse. So we look at what is the opposite side, to angle C. And we notice directly opposite from C is this side. And we call that side AB. So we have AB over what is the hypotenuse of triangle ABC? Well, it's AC, right? Okay, well, now we have to do the cosine, and we abbreviate it as COS, okay? So cosine of theta, in this case, will be, right, C again, because that's where we place theta at. Cosine of C is going to be ADJ. And so what does ADJ mean? What is this thing that you've never seen before? All that means is next to. And ADJ actually is abbreviated just like hype is abbreviated. We know that hype means hypotenuse. And so ADJ is for the word adjacent. Okay? Adjacent. That word simply means next to, okay? So cosine of C is just the side that's next to the angle, okay? Not the hypotenuse, but the side that's next to angle C, okay? In this case, theta. So we'll say, well, BC is right next to the angle, right? BC over, what's the hypotenuse? Well, it's AC. Again, it's not going to change. Lastly, we have this thing called tan, and that's abbreviated for tangent. It's called tangent, okay? And so we say tan of C is going to be equal to, well, what is the opposite side, right, to C? What's opposite to C? Well, we said it before. We said it's AB. And what's the side that's next to the angle? The side that's next to it is BC. Okay, remember we have three sides in this case. We have opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Okay, opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Those are our three sides that we're going to be using relative to an angle. Notice here that angle A and angle C are both acute angles, right? And remember what acute means, okay? So the word acute means less than 90 degrees. So in this example, if we have acute angle A and C, right? And B is our right angle, and so we have the sides labeled already. What would be the sine of theta in this case, right? What is sine of theta? Well, I have to think about what is the side that's opposite to angle C. What's the side opposite to angle C? Well, that is 3. And the side that's the hypotenuse, because we know that sine is opposite over hypotenuse up here. Use that definition, right? What's the hypotenuse? Well, the hypotenuse is 5. And so for homework, you need to complete what is cosine of theta? What is sine of theta? Okay? Just complete this portion, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.